That's here. We are starting this. We are driving this. Rudy, stop what you're doing. Good morning. It's another day of working on the wagon. So grill and fenders today for Rudy. The rest of us are going to be working on other stuff. Brackets, suspension, boring stuff that we have to do right, unfortunately.
I've been awake since 1 a.m. and I went to bed at 12.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then I woke up to drive to work, you know, like you do, you get in the car. Anyway, you know. And, nothing. Like, And then I see the headlights are on. And they were on all night long. So I hop on my little moped scooter thing. Halfway around the block, one of the main jets falls out of the carburetor and I have to push it home to get a ride from my mom. Whatever, I'm gonna have a good day today, despite all the things that are bad.
You making any progress with those tools?
Yeah.
It's a little more rounder.
So you're gonna weld some nuts or something to the back of that?
Yeah.
Man, that is some precision work. Did you see that? We do it right because we do it twice.
Yeah, he said that yesterday. It sounds awesome. We gotta cut this out so this sits where it should sit.
You leaving the frame out?
Yeah, I'll leave whatever kind of
Yes. So, okay, let me explain what's going on. So, no, it's just that all the food I like, nobody else likes, and all the food I hate, everybody likes. I like lots of food. Just nothing like pizza, tacos, soda, nasty. That's popcorn, gross, nasty. But like lasagna, hamburgers, soups, chilies, all that stuff's amazing. Jerky. Yeah, jerky's really good. I love jerky. So what I'm doing now is, since these are where the bumper goes, I need to notch it out to fit the bumper where it originally mounted. And these may or may not be too long. And so when we get the winch mounted, the winch may actually stick forward in front of the bumper. And if that's the case, then I would like this to continue to build the cross member for the winch. Flawless.
This might actually clear the tire. The tire might turn inside of it.
So we definitely can't have these wrapping around this far.
Yeah.
We've got to cap them somehow. Yeah, let's cut them out.
What are these for?
These are little brackets that are going on behind the gas tank there on the...
Strengthen up the mouth?
Yep.
Hey Ed. Where you been all day, Ed?
Working hard.
Okay, tell me how far in.
Right there.
All right. I think we can take this top off and do amazing things.
Yeah. Goes up in there, and then you spin that.
Oh,
behind
beautiful.
the
See?
bumper.
It worked, Rudy.
So it's a hassle to flip it, but still less than bolting and unbolting a whole winch. And we still did form before function. Form before function. This is, Tom, this is gonna fit up against the bumper, and this lever swings in here behind the bumper. So it's kind of a pain to get to, but worth it. Totally.
If we have to.
Nope.
No!
Short this hood and start dropping parts in.
This is getting intense.
I'm ready to put this thing together.
What are you doing for radiator mounts?
So I'm going to build the brackets to set it in, and they'll be oversized. And then I'll set some sort of spacers in there, or who knows what.
You go up
and then I'll
somewhere?
Nope. And then I'll fill it full of silicone, and I'll wrap this with saran wrap and just set it in there. And
Like
let
little
it.
molds?
Yep. and then I'll pull it out
And burn the
saran wrap off with the torch really fast.
The silicone
And
stairs.
and if there's spacers, if they're metal spacers or whatever I use, I dig those out, and then it just sits in the silicone.
If
You
you
done
just
that before? Does it work pretty good?
if you just put the spacers in the middle, you won't have to. The whole
Oh
bottom
yeah,
is-
you're right. And then I'll do the same on the top.
That was the most sarcastic, boring. Yeah, you're right. I've ever heard.
Well, there's lots of
Oh,
ways
yeah,
to.
you're right.
There's lots of ways to skin a cat. This is supposed to be a pusher fan.
Is it not?
Well, it says fan rotation is this way. And if that's the
What,
case,
you just wire it the other way.
Turn on.
it's a puller.
Switch
They sent us the wrong fan.
Switch
We definitely ordered a pusher.
Can you switch the deposit?
It's a fan. The blades are not designed to do that. Moving almost no air. My question is, do I want a 16 or do I want a 14?
What size is that one?
16. That'll move a lot of air, keep that AC nice and cool. This is the primary function of this is the AC. Look how much room we have for AC condensers and the radiator. We are just finishing up lots of little things. Our goal is to drive this by Friday.
Yeah. So we're going to skip the main wiring,
The body wiring.
the body wiring, and we're just going to get enough to get the motor going.
Wow, you've been busy this morning.
I have been.
I was sleeping.
So let me show you. So I kind of polished that. That's good enough. That's out of there. If we have to drill a hole through there, we'll be able to. It won't compromise the structure. This needs to get. So I would start by welding what you want. This is going to be full perimeter welded. So that's going to be a gigantic pain in the butt. Then this goes in here. I cut it at the right angle. You'll have to figure it out. Then that goes right there. You like it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, when you weld these in, let's get a straight edge across them so they're the right height. So I have been getting a ton of comments speculating on how heavy this is going to be when it's done. And I think we already addressed it earlier, but you do realize cars are made out of metal, right? Like, we cut metal out of the floorboard and we put metal back. We put the same gauge back that we took out. We're not adding significant weight. Our target weight is 5,500 pounds. We're using 16 gauge, 18 gauge, and a little bit of 14 gauge. These were unibody cars, and that's what they were made out of. It's interesting, the body on these is 18 gauge, and that's not typical for cars. So these are really durable little tanks. It's amazing they ended up as light as they did. So yeah, 5,500 pounds is the target weight. That's loaded with gear, ready to go. I think we're gonna hit it, so it's gonna be fine. Also, one more thing. The next person that tells me to put a diesel engine, I'm gonna hunt you down, I'm gonna take you to dinner and lecture you for 2 hours on why a diesel engine is the worst possible sand recovery power plant. The worst. There's a reason you don't see rubber tired vehicles powered by diesels in the sand successfully, because it doesn't work. I'll tell you why. The first glaring problem is they're heavy. Twice as heavy as a comparable horsepower gas motor. Twice, guaranteed twice as heavy, maybe even more. And that's a killer in the sand. That is just awful. The second thing, and it's almost as bad, is they've got this narrow little power band. Just a tiny, insignificant, tiny power band. You need 10 gears to make a diesel engine any good at all, really. Because they don't have a wide RPM band. I use diesels, I like diesels. I have them in my big trucks, I have them in my pickup truck. But I never take them on the sand because you run out of RPM and you have to shift all the time. And shifting in the sand is a killer. I don't know how else to say it. Should we move all this cardboard out of here?
I was gonna burn it out.
It will burn out. I'm moving up to the radiator next.
Okay.
You've got quite a bit of work to do here. Indeed. So I'm making the bracket to hold the radiator in. I'm learning as we go. Probably we'll build a tab right there because that's pointed under that, which it has to be. Do we need to shoot through this? We need to go right through that. These holes are for the fuel lines. You're gonna have to make them bigger than that, obviously. Just keep stepping up in size till we get where we want. What's that?
Do you want them through these little holes? Is that what you're saying?
No, they gotta go up right here. The problem is, Trevor, right here, I've got an H pipe exhaust. Where's the inside of the portal? Rudy, we're going up. So the inside of the portal is okay. With all your skill, pull the radiator out without moving my right hand or my left. Okay.
That was it. That was all the skill.
I need you to get me a mark where we need to drill the holes for the steering box. We could have this motor running today if me and Trevor just worked on it. It's gonna be driving by Friday. Perfect. That's not too bad. Like I said, it's not high enough. That's not gonna matter because we'll fill it with glue and make it high
With the
enough.
right stuff.
The right stuff. Do. How does this get held in place? We need the top across this, but we'll probably weld some studs to this, and some studs to that bar, and just lay a plate of metal in. That's our solution to that. It needs to be the same as the other side.
I know.
Pull one of them out and see how they look.
Dang. These are good mirrors. Just look at that. Just look at it. It looks good.
Where's 14 foot at?
Very strong. I can almost break it if I was using my full strength.
Woo!
Toasted.
Boy, good thing that's a radiator because it's got some heat to get rid of. Okay. Ready? Sure. I need to mount this over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The radiator cap's over there.
So, XJ's over here.
You're saying just mount it right there.
That looks cool.
Whoa. Look at that.
Dude! This still fits, so that's good. Hey Randy, what do you think about this for an AC vent? Your very own.
My very own. So there's no way to turn the water off or anything, huh?
Nope. It'll mount right here. That's here! We are starting this. We are driving this. Rudy, stop what you're doing.
The fuel pump, careful. It's still zip tied in.
Unzip tie that. Let me look at it.
Come on, Rhett, you have one job.
That's the most excitement I've ever seen out of you, Matt.
Okay, Rudy. So we've got to take this completely apart. That's something Trevor can do. We can get rid of this because we don't need this. We got to take this out. Okay, Trevor, get with me when you get done with everything else.
This can actually hang up like up to there. You can move these wherever you need them.
One of them has to go in the bottom because it pumps water and air in and fills up, and then it sucks it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks for watching.
And thank you for watching.
You want to do a kissy face next, Rudy?